Hello guys and welcome back to our channel, and if you're new to my channel, I am ysay and we are here for another adventure going to Johnston Canyon. Important thing you have to know before going to Johnston Canyon is the access to the trailhead is restricted due to the Bow Valley Parkway being closed to vehicle traffic. However, you can park at Castle Junction and either bike or walk additional few kilometers to the trailhead. Johnston Canyon hike is a great, albeit busy family hike near Banff. The trail winds through the canyon to the upper falls. It can also be extended to the ink pots, which boast pretty mountain views. In peak season, start before 9 a.m. to avoid crowds on the trail. To get to the starting point of Johnston Canyon hike from Banff, head west on the Trans-Canada Highway towards Lake Louise. You can take the scenic route and take the Bow Valley Parkway exit and drive along this all the way to Johnston Canyon, 18.1 kilometers, or else take the Trans-Canada all the way to the Castle Mountain Junction and drive back 5.5 kilometers. Get here early to avoid the crowds and enjoy your time ascending and descending Johnston Canyon. From the parking lot, past the toilets and cross a bridge to a broad path which begins beside Johnston Canyon Lodge and bungalows. The hike up to Johnston Canyon is initially in the forest with Johnston Creek beside you. You'll soon have to start using catwalks that are fixed to limestone cliffs, which allow you to penetrate this canyon as there is no space for a trail. Johnston Canyon Trail quickly approaches the Lower Canyon Falls. It's 1.2 kilometers, 30 meters elevation gain. Many families with very young children turn around here. However, we recommend continuing onwards up Johnston Canyon to the Upper Canyon Falls. The Lower Canyon Falls are a dramatic sight, tumbling down the canyon in a deep turquoise pool. The gushing waterfall can be admired from the catwalk, which offers a fantastic view of the plunging water. But for a closer look, walk through the tunnel to the viewing platform. Be careful with your camera as you are likely to get wet. From these two viewing points, it's easy to see the way in which the falls have sculpted the rocks of the canyon, carving dramatic shapes in the colorful rock. Continuing from Lower Canyon Falls, there is another 1.4 kilometers and 150 meters of elevation gain to the Upper Canyon Falls. The route up Johnston Canyon continues to impress you as you ascend with brief views of the large canyon walls to the forest.
YouTube, like, and subscribe. And this like button to
Soon you arrive at the junction for the Upper Falls, with the trail to the left going to a waterfall lookout and the trail to the right going to Johnston Canyon's Upper Falls. Plan on going to both as they are both impressive. We prefer to go right first and head to the Upper Falls. This trail takes you to a catwalk looking out on the bottom of the Upper Falls. The best view is from the far end of the catwalk, and there is usually a line to get to this end of the catwalk. Return to the junction and then head on the left-hand path up to the waterfall lookout. Seeing the top of these falls is impressive, and there are some benches here which are great for lunch break. The Upper Falls drop 40 meters into a deep plunge pool, making a truly dramatic sight at the culmination of your hike through the canyon. As you emerge from the Lower Canyon through the forest, you're likely to hear the rush of water before you arrive. If you're looking for a unique perspective on the Upper Falls, try to find the hidden cave at the base of the falls. This unique lookout point can be found by following the path to the right just before you arrive at the first railing that signals the Upper Falls. In winter, this part of the canyon is incredible as the Upper Falls freeze over, creating an epic wall of ice. From the Upper Canyon Falls, many people return to their car, but those with energy can continue another 3.0 kilometers and 300 meters upwards to the ink pots. But for us, we are already tired, so we went back to the parking lot. It is an impressive natural chasm in the heart of Banff National Park, a beautiful gorge shaped by the rushing waters of Johnston Creek. The canyon gets its name from an early 20th century gold prospector, but the area was later settled by the Walter Camp and his family, who fell in love with the falls and began to build infrastructure and paths to make them more accessible. Although the canyon is now managed by the National Park authorities, Walter's descendants still run the nearby camp cabins and the longest running business in the Rockies. Over many thousands of years, the river has carefully carved out intricate and dazzling shapes from the soft limestone rock, creating a stunning natural spectacle. With its overhanging high walls draped in lush vegetation, this beautiful canyon is the perfect destination for a family day out. The canyon is a year-round destination and can be accessed either in summer or winter. The trail is most popular in the summer months, the peak season for hiking, when canyon is covered in rich moss and greenery and the pools are a deep blue turquoise color. However, in winter, it's also a dramatic spot as the upper falls usually freeze completely and the canyon is covered in snow and ice. This is a great time to try your hand at ice walking or ice climbing, or to snap some truly epic photos. Johnston Canyon is located within the Banff National Park and entry is included in the price of National Park admission. However, when you reach the canyon, there is no further cost for entry. Johnston Canyon is 165 kilometers from Calgary via the Trans-Canada Highway AB1 West and takes approximately 2 hours by car. The hike through Johnston Canyon all the way to the Upper Canyon Falls takes approximately 2 to 3 hours and covers just under 6 kilometers. It's an easy, manageable trail with a gentle elevation gained through the canyon. Some insider hints for you: you'll be in Johnston Canyon for much of this hike, so bring an extra layer of clothing as it can get chilly. And do this very early or late as this hike tends to be extremely busy. The 1A highway has animals feeding very early in the morning. Keep your eyes open for bears. And there is an ice cream stand at the bottom of the hike with tasty ice cream. Bring some cash so the family can enjoy ice creams at the end of the hike. And if you want to get an early start on this hike, consider staying at Johnston Canyon Lodge and Bungalows, and a series of bungalows with a lot of character. Time to reach the lower falls is 30 minutes. It's a 1.1 kilometer one-way elevation gain of 30 meters. And time to reach the upper falls is 1 hour at 2.6 kilometers one-way elevation gain of 120 meters. And return trip going to both lower and upper falls allows 2 to 2.5 hours. Some hiking tips for Johnston Canyon. The trail has a lot of shaded areas. It can get cool even in summer months. Dress in layers to adjust to the temperature as needed. Pack drinking water and a snack. In summer months, comfortable footwear is fine, but hiking shoes are more appropriate if the trails are wet, muddy, or have snowpack and or icy sections. You may feel out of breath due to the higher altitude of the area. Take your time and stop for a rest as needed. And there is no public transportation to the falls. If you can't hitch a ride with fellow hikers, you can book with one of the many tour companies based in Banff. The route to the lower falls is accessible with an infant stroller, but there are some narrow spots on the trails and catwalks. It's extremely busy in the summer and early fall. It would be better suited to a baby backpack. In the busy season, a stroller could cause yourself and other visitors a lot of grief. In spring and fall, the trail may have snow and or ice or be wet and muddy. You will want to check the trail conditions before attempting to take a stroller. The upper falls is not suitable for strollers due to some steeper inclines. Dogs are allowed on the Johnston Canyon trails, but they must be on leash at all times. During the peak hours of the day in the summer months, it can be jam-packed with people. It may not be the best situation for hiking with your dog. During the rest of the year, check the trail conditions first. If there are slippery conditions due to ice, your dog could be sliding all over the place and possibly sprain their leg muscles or incur an injury due to a slip or fall. Trails are still busy in the spring and fall, but less crowded in comparison with the summer months. Due to the amount of shade and cooler temperatures in the canyon, the trails can remain snow-packed or have icy sections until May or even June. They can also be muddy and slippery. The first snowfall of the season can vary from year to year, sometimes as early as the end of September, and other years not until late October or early November. It's always best to check with one of the tourist offices in either Banff or Lake Louise for current trail conditions or online at Banff National Park current trail conditions. To sum it all up, the experience was totally amazing and worth it. Even it's a bit tiring from all the biking and hiking going to the lower and upper falls, it was all worth it. And the beauty of nature is just truly amazing. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and if you do, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on our next video. Thank you for watching.